Hey guys, KEnODvT here, and I'm bringing you a TvP on Metalopolis between socke and NTT. Now, I've had a few recording issues over the last few days, so I know this game back to front. I have attempted to record it 4 or 5 times, and it's just failed every single time, so I know it fairly well. Now, both players do a little bit of chatting over the entire game, and spoiler alert, this game has a very epic ending, so I highly suggest you guys stick around for that. Now, socke is going for a 9-poler, there it goes, and NTT goes for a 10 supply depot, and there it goes. Both players favouring the more macro side of things and less ladder oriented play. On ladder, you, as Protoss myself, I always find I have to set down an 11 gate or I get cheesed. Wow! Hold on guys. Did not notice that. That's pre-patch. He actually laid down his barracks before his supply depot. This indicates a very early push. You can't actually do that anymore. Anyway, as I was saying, the socke is now laying down a 14 gateway, which I've heard you can do in diamond, but in gold is not really an option because there's too many cheese in early builds. Laying down his gas before he puts down his cybernetics core, which will allow him to go for his gas immediately. No idea what that means. So we do see both players scanning out across the map, 2 workers for NTT, so he obviously wants to find him very fast. He's also pushing out with that 1 marine, going for some early pressure, and we're probably going to see a bunch of push in 3. There it goes. This one push will be quite powerful given that socke does not even have the yet. NTT now at 17 supply, although 2 of that supply are marines, I believe. 1, 2, and for socke is currently at 22 supply. So we can now see the evidence in the econ play that socke did while NTT sacrificed his econ to try and do an early marine push with bunkers, which he has now done. NTT repairing his workers with another worker over this one zealot may say bye-bye to this push, but that's not going to happen given these marines can cover this barracks going up. It's a very good play. Now we do see him trying to be a little bit cheeky here. He's trying to also put down his next barracks, his next supply depot, but it's not going very well. socke is waiting for this stalker, which immediately stuck in yesterday, which goes straight into the bunker, and this next bunker is just not going to get built. Now, unfortunately, this is not good for NTT because he cannot actually attack the mineral line. He can hit this one mineral attack, I think, which isn't very useful. Now, NTT continuing to push with all of those marines. He does now have quite a considerable amount, and now he's trying to catch up income-wise from the 14 to 20 harvesters. He's now at 17 to 20, because he correctly assumed that socke will be very, very busy with the marines in his base. Now we do see socke laying down a robotics facility, so gateway cyber robo. He had to put down one gateway though because that one just got destroyed. The robo will turn out an immortal, which will be very, very effective versus the bunkers, but not very effective versus the marines. So that could get quite interesting. Now, at a certain point, NTT has to realize that he can no longer actually win with this push or deal any decent economic damage, so he has to stop committing to it and actually get rid. He actually get rid of the marines, pull them back, or stop having marines in those numbers. Now I would have already salvaged this bunker. A good ability that bunkers have that some people don't know about is salvage. You get 100% of their mineral value, but it takes like 6 seconds. Now these 7 marines are actually quite scary, and they could quite easily kill that one stalker. However, I think with this one immortal, he will have enough to 4-shot the bunker, which is enough to take it out speedily enough not to get shot down. So this bunker push is just going to have its ass kicked back to China. Now, NTT doing a Destiny Cloudfish build, which is a highly horrible name, but Husky invented it, so everyone has to use it now. We do see this push just being absolutely decimated with losing of one zealot. If we look at units lost, Stock is in the lead, but not by much, and with that bunker, it's a 15-year-old difference. However, a few of the units, 1 or 2 or 3 maybe of the units that Stock lost were workers, so that puts him slightly behind. Now, NTT laying down the tech lab, so we can see in production, we see the early Banshees. Now, I never see this on ladder, ever at all. I would like to go up against it, because I think it would be quite fun, but that's a story for another day. We do see him scouting with his factory, and I wonder if you could land, that'd be interesting, you could land your factory in there, build a Hellion or 2, get some harass, and then lift up and interesting, I'll throw that for mine. He's laying down 2 Stargates, and NTT is now aware of its tech. He's trying to do a counter push to recover from what NTT did to him. They both do have 7 kills, so that's fairly effective. Econ damage, he didn't lose either of them, and he's not going to lose the Warp Prison because they didn't have stim, and obviously Banshee cannot shoot air. So 7 SCV kills, not too shabby. Sock, I wonder if Sock saw this expansion. No, Sock did not see the expansion, so Sock does not actually know about the expansion. He does know about the double Stargate, however. Both with tech back, which does hint at Banshee. So if we look at production, we can see the Observer coming out right now. Now, he's just assuming Banshees, which is where the metagame comes in, which gets quite interesting. Because if, say, NTT was now to produce, say, Mass Marine, or like have 4 factories hidden somewhere. Pardon me guys, I dropped something. If he was to produce now like 3 factory 4, Sock would not be expecting it. That is not very common, but it is a very good way to win by fooling your opponent. Sock trying to do the same thing again, except this time not quite as effective because NTT had the forces to deal with it. But we do see 2 Stargates pumping out, well, actually nothing at the moment, but he does have 2 Banshees in Viking, and Sock with 5 Stalkers on the Sentry will be able to say goodbye for that push. However, where is his Observer? I'm not sure. I think his Observer got destroyed over here, if memory serves, but I'm not exactly sure. Nope, there it is. So these Stalkers will be very, very effective against any early Banshee push. However, if they were to have Blink, they would be ever more effective because you would be able to snipe the Banshees easier by blinking under them as they push into your base, or blinking away from them if you're going to lose. Or when they run away, you blink under them, you get that extra shot off, which could mean the difference between life or death for that Banshee. And Banshees aren't cheap. I believe they cost 150, 100. So it's not too bad. It's still fairly expensive. The cloak does cost 200 minerals, 200 gas, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. We do now see 4 Banshees and a Viking. 4 Banshees do a reasonable amount of damage. But Stalkers aren't too bad either. However, Banshees do about the same damage as Stalkers times 2. So this amount of Stalkers is There you go, 2-shotting a stalker, and seeming like to deal quite a large amount of economic damage, given that 2 banshees can one-shot his worker. We do now see an observer coming in as well as 6 banshees, so 6 stalkers. Now, he will probably be spotting the little observer ripple. It's not necessary because he may just assume it's there. He has, however, built ravens, which will allow him to, in combat, detect the observers and deal with them. We do now see these banshees backing off with a couple of kills each. 2-6-2-0, so a total of 10 kills. Now, some of them will be stalkers, but some of them will be workers. So that was a fairly good counter push by him, and he's now repairing them to extend their durability. Always a good idea as Terran to repair their units. And one of the most stupid things lore-wise, in my opinion, that the Protoss have no way of actually repairing themselves. I mean, Zerg regenerate everything, which makes sense. But once a Protoss loses 20 HP, it's lost 20 HP forever. That seems a little stupid. There's no way to heal or repair themselves. I would like a robotics facility unit that repairs Protoss units, but there would have to be some downside, like maybe it's an energy unit, kind of like the Medivac, because if it could just repair and it would stay fairly beefy, then it would be fairly impressive. Now we do see the advantage coming in to see if I can get a little bit of rash. This warp gate will die if he does a timing attack when Socke is just pushing out, so no big deal. However, we do see NTT laying down his 3rd expansion in a more secret location, while Socke has laid down his 3rd expansion, but it's in a more conventional location. We do, however, see, if we look at the unit flush tab, the favour is now greatly in NTT's end of the field. He has done much better harassment with his banshees than